What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other day, Modern Warfare 3 got a ton of new information revealed from Sledgehammer, and I gotta be honest, they really are trying to push for making sure to bash on Infinity Ward in every possible way. It's just absolutely hilarious. Again, I'm not judging the game whatsoever until I get hands-on and I can give you guys a real review. But it is interesting to go ahead and discuss and see the things that they have been doing and to see how much they've been, hyper-focusing with the marketing of this game being strictly about bashing it over anything else. But again, the other day, they came out with some, new information, new feedback that I think is actually kind of positive, which I will go ahead and showcase to you guys. And then again, today there is going to be real multiplayer gameplay, not like, a trailer or anything, real gameplay live and in action. So we will be able to go ahead and check that out today. I'll be doing it over on stream. If you guys want to check that out, I'll be live over on Kick, giving my live impression along with, seeing what you guys have to say live and in action as well. We'll see what it's all about. But until then, I wanted to go ahead and showcase to you guys, what I really think is going to help make this game stand out. And it starts with this video footage right here.
For Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, we've added a new way to customize your weapons, aftermarket parts. Aftermarket parts are a new option within Gunsmith.
A way for players to come back to a weapon that they may have already mastered or played out, and it's going to give them an entirely new dimension to interact with the gun in a way that regular attachments can't. Think of them as remixes for the guns.
Really, the easiest way to say it is they're nearly a new gun. They are powerful, meaningful changes to these weapons. Caliber, the way that they fire, both rate of fire, as well as potentially the fire type.
We're going to have one of our heaviest light machine guns in the game have a conversion kit that turns it into a bullpup, which greatly shortens the configuration of the gun and makes it so that you can really run and gun with it. You can spray from the hip, you can sprint out way faster than you could with this much longer, heavier version of the weapon. Aftermarket parts really aspire to just be fun. We want some of them to be just absolute oddballs that players are completely caught off guard by and want to get in there for just the sheer spectacle of it. It's going to expand playstyles dramatically. We've put a lot into aftermarket parts, and we are so excited for the community to get their hands on them.
Now, obviously, I'm going to be skeptical because they mentioned stuff like this in Modern Warfare 2 and completely did not deliver in any way, shape, or form, besides like with one gun. I think it was like the M4 or something like that. It wasn't this exact system, but every single time they tried to hype up a new system with Gunsmith, it doesn't really turn out to be anything. But seeing what I saw, it actually looks like we have some potential here. Basically, there will be secret attachments that you can unlock on certain weapons that will completely transform it in every way imaginable. Which means that, yes, even though there will probably be some type of meta within Modern Warfare 3, as there always is in Call of Duty, which is really obnoxious, but at the end of the day, it's something that we have to all accept. Metas are just a part of games that do become competitive. If a game has a competitive nature to it, yeah, there's going to be metas that are established. But one of the things that suck, especially in Modern Warfare 2 2022, is that there's just no variety around it. You can use other things, but is it really worth it? Is it worth your time to even, put forth the effort to use something different? Is it going to feel unique enough? Is it going to feel interesting enough? Is it going to really change your playstyle? Because more than likely, over half the guns, they handle the same way in a lot of different scenarios, which means that the majority of the time, people just go straight back to the meta weapons just so they can get that extra oomph in their engagements. Having something like this will encourage just fun gameplay, turning certain weapons into akimbo, turning certain LMGs, like they said, into like a bullpup type weapon. Like, honestly, this can only be good, in my personal opinion, because again, it just adds more variety to a game that desperately needs it nowadays. It's something that made Call of Duty so special and unique back in the day, was the create a class system. And fast forward to current date, that aspect of the game just kind of dwindled out. It's not really alive anymore, So having something like this will be huge. It really will be huge, but the real question is, will they be able to take advantage of it? And of course, are they going to stick to their word? But then they also posted a little something after they revealed that the official multiplayer gameplay will be revealed today. Drippy, responded saying, "Please tell me there's better movement." And Sledgehammer gave just as blatant as day says, "There's better movement." Again, I just... It's just so funny watching them roast up Infinity Ward. Again, I'm at a point where they have to prove me that they're going to change up the game. You can't finesse anybody anymore. It's been time and time again. Yes, there will be a handful of people who will fall for marketing, but at the end of the day, I think the majority of people, the only thing that they really want to see is how the game acts and responds when it's in our own hands and we can play it. But regardless if the game turns out to be good or bad, I just love watching Sledgehammer flame Infinity Ward. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. They know that Infinity Ward ignored every last bit of any community feedback that could possibly be presented. And they had such an ego with doing it. So literally, the whole selling point of this game is, yeah, Infinity Ward messed up last year. We're fixing it this year. That's literally the whole selling point. And it's so funny to me, but at the same time, it is still a bit worrying. It's great and all, but really, if the only selling point that they have for this title is that literally everything that we asked for in Modern Warfare 2 is being fixed up, I don't know, because they're really rubbing it in, the faces of the community. I mean, that's literally what they want everybody to know. They want everybody out there to know that they did not do anything Infinity Ward touched upon. I wonder how Infinity Ward feels about this. That's what I'm most curious about. I'm most curious about Infinity Ward's next game when they put out another title. If they're going to go ahead and, follow their same pattern that they've been doing with Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, or if they're going to drastically change from all of the feedback that they've been getting. The next couple of years could be very Treyarch based. We have Sledgehammer Games trying to present almost a Treyarch styled, title. We'll see once we get hands on. We don't know just yet, and obviously we'll see live gameplay today, so I'm very curious about that. And then we have Treyarch coming right afterwards. So, the community is going to be pretty pleased. I wonder if Infinity Ward is just going to stick to their guns and keep making the style of game that they're making, and we'll have 2 games to bounce back to, or if they're going to crumble and actually listen to the community and, make a game that the community really, really wants to obviously enjoy. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. What I want to see out of today when it comes to the gameplay is how well the maps are going to play when it comes to the new movement, the new style of gameplay. We are getting all remastered Modern Warfare 2 maps, but at the end of the day, it's not like these remasters are going to play like they did back in the day. Modern Warfare 2 2009, whether we want to like it or not, was a pretty decently slow game when it came to pacing. Yeah, you could put Marathon and Lightweight on, but at the end of the day, the majority of the soldiers paced pretty slowly. So being able to mantle over stuff that you couldn't mantle before, being able to sprint faster, being able to have tac sprint on top of it, slide canceling is coming back into the game, 150 HP. The maps are going to play tremendously different. So I'm extraordinarily curious to see how that's going to play out. I want to see a lot of weapon variety along with what they talked about in the video footage I showed in the beginning of this video. I want to see them mess around with some of the cool attachments to really see if it changes around the weapons, makes them unique, or if they're just the same old. And of course, lastly, I know this might trigger a few people out there, but I really want to see them put a huge emphasis on fast-paced gameplay. I want this to look like an arcade shooter. That's all I really want. I want to see that attachments won't dumb down your weapons, which they already confirmed. They said that red dots and, other, reticle attachments are not going to slow down your ADS like they do in current Infinity Ward games. A bunch of other attachments won't slow down your ADS. Hopefully it doesn't slow down your strafe speeds. I think there is going to be Stalker in the game so you can strafe faster. I just want to see this game be a good contender when it comes to fast-paced gameplay. I don't want to see it hyper-focused around how you can play strategically and tactically and slowly and set up certain buildings and set up certain different locations. No, I want to see people pushing, gunning, and enjoying the overall experience. If I see that, honestly, again, it's not going to make me happy, but that is going to be the right direction because I want to see them advertise this game that way. I want to see them push for that style of gameplay, understand what the community enjoys out of COD. And I don't want it to be cracked out like freaking Doom or Quake or something like that. Obviously, COD is different. There is a pacing to it. It's a nice fine in-between. And I guess that's the struggle of Call of Duty nowadays, is finding that in-between of, way too fast and way too slow. Call of Duty back in the day has always been able to do that perfectly, but nowadays, we just can't hit it. It's either way too slow or ridiculously fast. If they can just get that nice middle ground, we could see a pretty good title. It might not be the best because I feel like I will still get bored out from, playing only Modern Warfare 2 maps for a long time. But, if it plays good, it plays good. I can't argue with it at the end of the day. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions on what you think you're going to see or what Sledgehammer is planning to showcase to us in the gameplay reveal today. And also, what do you think about all these new features coming into Modern Warfare 3? The new attachment system that they're introducing. And also, when it comes to, all the movement and all the gameplay changes, do you think that they're going to be honest and, keep their word with that? Or do you think it's going to change later down the road? Of course, my videos go live around 8 a.m. Eastern time, so the gameplay will go out in a couple of hours. So clearly, by, a couple of hours after this video goes live, more than half of you will probably see, the gameplay, and you can pop up into my stream as well and talk to me about it. But if you have seen the gameplay, leave your current opinions as well on what you think. Did I nail stuff pretty nicely ahead of time here, or did I, miss out on a few things? Of course, we'll have a more detailed video about that stuff tomorrow, but I am curious of what all your opinions are. But as always, leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a dislike if you hated, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified for more content we post daily here, and don't forget, go down in the comment section, you can find a link to my stream over on Kick. We're going to be live streaming, playing some COD, probably grinding it out, maybe some GTA, and of course, we're going to check out the live gameplay live and in action as well. But of course, you can find the link to that, along with all my other socials, down in the description of this video. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.